I look like my grinding city of angels. I look like my grinding city of angels.
What is this song?
I got a new curling cream and it makes my hair like my grinding city of angels.
I think we came up with a couple good songs today.
I know, I'm forgetting all of the other ones.
It was something about you have to buy organic. What was it to? Oh, it was to, and you have to buy organic, and you have to buy organic,
and you
have to. All right.
horrific.
All right.
That's why I was singing that song all day.
And then because I started the day singing, egg white frittata, egg white frittata, egg
Okay, this is
white.
exhausting. I have to go to bed.
Wait.
Good night, Noah.
No, wait. Can we talk? It's the Bedtime podcast. Ugh, that was bad.
Was it?
I don't know.
Guys, we have huge goss today.
Yeah.
It's major. Like, we could get sued, maybe.
Oh, my God.
Are you scared?
I am.
I don't think any.
I am,
We
but
haven't
let's-
blown up enough for it to be an issue.
But what if this blows it up? But let's just get into it.
Okay, so
So, guys, I'm gonna take this one.
take it.
So, guys, I don't know if you know this, but we were on Let's Make a Deal. That's a game show with Wayne Brady on CBS.
You are Sydney and Noah. Nice to meet you both. I love the outfits.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne.
So tell us about yourselves.
Well, we have big news.
This is our 1-year wedding anniversary.
And it's a game show on CBS. We won on this game show a $14,000 trip to Iceland. We have the footage. We're gonna put the footage up on our Patreon, and if you want it, you're gonna have to pay for
You
it.
gotta pay for it. It's really good. It's worth it.
It's so embarrassing for us.
It's really
Like, not
they
that
had
it's
to cut out a lot of what I said because I oh my god, I was so cringy on the show.
Yeah, we were just like we're our most like basic form. Like, it's like if Sid and Noah ever like grew up in like or like lived in like Cleveland and worked like, you know,
regular
jobs.
But obviously, like, who I am seeped through, and it had to be cut out. We told Wayne we like to travel, and he was like, "Ooh, like, where's your number one travel destination?" And I go, "Eastern Europe," and the whole audience goes silent, and he's like, looks like, "What?" And then I go, "Well, I know it's not glamorous." Very defensive. And he goes, "Well, I wouldn't say that." And I was like, "Oh my god, well, no, I mean, just like, we're Jews and like we want to go to like blah, blah. And they cut that. Obviously, it was just really pulled the air out of the room right away.
Yeah. So we ended up winning this trip. We win big. We were the second biggest winner of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you have to go see the footage. It's so crazy, but we really just went off.
Well, they make you
Yeah, they make you like be big, really big.
really big. It's not my nature.
Yeah. And you know, as soon as we showed up on that day, I knew we were getting on the show.
I did too. We wore really cute outfits. I was working at this fashion brand at the time, and I got us matching pink cowboy outfits. I'm wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and I just was like, we're going right in the front, and we're going to be on the show. And we were the first people picked.
Also, can I just say, like, we get on that show because, I mean, have you seen people on daytime
No.
television? What? I mean, like, they're lucky to have, you know,
Some hot people.
some like, you know, we are actors.
Yeah, we had to pretend to not be.
We are on camera for a living
Yeah.
right here. So we did have to pretend we were not going to be. When they were casting us, they do like a little video and they're like, "So tell us what you do for a living." And Sid and I were both like, "We're comedians." And they like immediately stopped and the guy was like, "Okay, don't say that. I'm going to play it again. Think of a new job." And then he goes, okay, action. And I was like, I'm a dog walker.
And I work in fashion, which wasn't a lie. That was my job.
But yeah, so then we get on. And yeah, of course, as soon as we show up, they're obsessed with us. We're really good looking. We're cute. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary on the show.
Yeah.
Like, that's who you put on a game show.
Yeah. Liars.
Liars. So we get on and we win the big prize. And fast forward to...
Well, wait. Can I just say?
Yeah.
You'll see this in the clip, but when you pick your final thing, they show you what is behind the other curtain you didn't pick, and they opened it up and it was a jacuzzi filled with nacho cheese, and I was like, oh man, we didn't win the jacuzzi with cheese. Because I'd never seen the show before, so I didn't know that's a zonk.
Yeah, and a zonk means like you busted. You're not.
You didn't get anything.
Yeah, you didn't win anything. Okay, but when we win and we leave that day, they tell us before we leave that you're gonna hear from us after the show airs.
So within 90 days of after the show airs.
Yeah. So cut to like 120 days later, because the show didn't air for like another 2 months.
Yeah.
And we get our date, and Sid and I are like, oh my God, we're going to Iceland.
We're going to Iceland.
Like, we're so excited. And everyone kind of keeps telling us, like, remember, you're going to have to pay taxes on this.
But I was like, okay, like it'll come out of the $14,000, so we'll get an $11,000 trip to Iceland.
Yeah, I was just like, there's no way they're gonna like spend all of it. Cut to last week, so about 60 days after the initial like booking.
Stop saying it by days. Just say it by month. Like, cut to 60 days later. No, like. So 2 months later, we get kind of the rundown of what they paid for and what we'll have to pay for. They let us know that the flights were $11,000 and the hotel is $3,000, and everything else we will have to cover.
So the only thing, let me just repeat that. The only thing they're covering are our flights and our hotels, and they've spent on both those things $14,000.
Yeah, somehow they managed to find the most expensive coach seats on the planet.
I'm literally gonna I'll show, like, if you're watching video right now, I'm going to show this contract where they say how much everything's worth. It says 2 round trip tickets from LAX to Iceland for $11,000.
And I looked it up. It's $800.
Yeah, we looked up other flights. $1,600 for 2 coach tickets.
And that was the most expensive ticket I could find.
Oh, that was the most expensive?
Yeah.
So they were cheaper?
Like a little bit, but like $800 is the average. So some might end.
And then the hotel is $3,000. And
for 7 nights?
For 6 nights.
6 nights? And it's a Radisson. Like, no shade, I'm so stoked to stay in a Radisson, but that's not $3,000.
Also, this was not the way you go see Iceland.
No.
You don't stay in one place.
No, because you can see Reykjavik in a day. You're supposed to like hop around the country because it's so small.
Yeah.
So I wasn't complaining because it was free. So I was like, great, 6 nights in Reykjavik. But now that I know I have to pay for absolutely everything else.
Yeah. So this is what we would have to pay. I'm sorry. Can I say?
Yes.
What?
You're funny.
Why?
Because they're so like...
We have to pay for our food.
Which is very expensive in Iceland. It's like the most expensive thing in Iceland.
I would say like in 7 days, we probably spend... $100 a day.
My friend was telling me like food in Iceland, you're gonna spend around $40 per person per meal.
Okay,
It's gonna be a fucking fortune.
so let's just round that up to 50.
Because like Alaska, the food it's hard to get food there.
Yeah, so it's like okay, so they did pay for breakfast
At the hotel,
but like that could be
that could be fucking
nothing.
a big. One of those trays of scrambled eggs? I'm not eating that.
Dude, those trays of scrambled eggs,
They're so disturbing to me.
like America needs to stop with this.
I know, no more trays of scrambled eggs. That can't be what we're known for anymore.
Like a continental breakfast. We need to think bigger, think grander for a continental breakfast.
Well, I think it should be English muffins with like a poached egg. Well, I guess a poached egg is hard. Maybe we scrap eggs all together as a breakfast food.
No eggs.
No eggs.
You keep it. You want to do a cheap hotel continental breakfast. You go. I think you're right on the money. Right on the money with the English muffins.
English muffins and croissant.
Croissant, because that's a bad croissant's still a good croissant.
It's still a good croissant.
It's like pizza.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's still good.
Butters, jams, peanut butters,
And cheese.
cheese.
There's always cheese at a foreign continental breakfast, and that's what we need to incorporate.
Fruit,
Fruit,
yogurt,
yogurt,
cereal,
granola, cereal. Yeah, that's all you need.
bagel,
Yeah.
and I like the waffle pancake. I
Yeah.
think that works too.
Or an omelet station. But if you're not going to spring for an omelet station, just don't do eggs.
And this is a message to all the hotels across the world. Okay, let's get back. So okay, they're gonna pay for breakfast, but okay, so that means you were saying it's $50 per person. Let's round it up, just because I'm bad at math. So that's $100. That's $200 a day.
Yeah. You can expect to pay, I think, $200.
So 200 times 7 is 1,400. So okay, that's
And not
1,400.
even drink.
Yeah, and yeah, you don't even drink. That's 1,400. Okay, now we have to pay for activities. Those are expensive.
I don't even want to know how much fucking whale watching is.
It's a lot. It's like I was looking at what they were sending us. It started at like $200.
Oh my God.
So let's say we do one activity a day. That's another 1,400. We're at 2,800. We have to rent a car. I think so. Let's say that's 100
Of course we
a
have
day.
to rent a car. How do you think you get around Iceland?
Oh no, you looked up.
I looked up car rentals. It's about $150 a day.
Okay, so that's 150 times 7. Oh my God, I'm really showing how
It's about
stupid I am.
1,000.
Let's call it. I think it's like 1,300. Oh my God,
It's not 1,300. It's like
This-
1,000,
this is-
1,100.
This is my thing when I do math. I get like so worried that I have to like figure it out right now, and I just guess.
You can guesstimate, but I'm better at guesstimating math. I'm more of the math and science head of the family.
Even though I make our budget.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Yeah, but that's because I have Excel.
Yeah.
It does all the work for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's call the car 100 a day because
1,100.
it's easier for me.
Okay,
So
700, and that's not what it would be. It would be,
It'd be like
1,100, but he won't do. He won't do that. Even though I know how much it would be, but for some reason, 700 is easier to add than 1,000. 1,000's easier to tack on, and it's correct.
okay. So let's just call it 1,100.
So what? We're at 2,800 now. We're at 3,900.
3,900. Okay. So that's everything else we're gonna pay for, and then on top of that, here's the kicker. So because they spent all of the money, we don't get to do what Sid was saying and take the taxes from the sum.
No.
So we owe on top of it 33% of 14,000, which is Sid.
$4,400.
So we are paying. This trip to Iceland is going to cost
$4,400 plus $3,900, which is it's $8,300.
for 6 nights in Iceland.
It's so insane. $8,300 is what this trip would cost us.
Let's make a deal. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
It's a fucking scam. $8,300 for a fucking 6 nights in Reykjavik? Like, that's obscene.
Full disclosure, Sid and I didn't have a wedding. So we spent the money we were going to use for a wedding on a honeymoon, and we were away for
3 weeks.
For 3 weeks around Europe, and we weren't skimping out. We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
We paid $6,500.
$6,500 for 3 weeks in Europe, 2 weeks in Italy, a week in Paris.
Granted, we got our tickets with miles.
But still, that's like incredible.
Incredible. I'm just like, this is such a scam.
That's such a fucking scam. $11,000 on tickets? Yeah, fucking right. Liars.
$11,000 on tickets? That's how much I spend on flying over the course of 3 years.
Yeah, if that. I don't think we even spent that.
No. That's crazy.
That's insane.
And so when we finally, what happens, why we're talking about this is we realize, because they spent all the money and we saw in that itemized receipt in the contract, that the taxes were going to come from us.
From our pockets.
From our pockets.
And that we weren't getting basically anything for free except for the flights and the hotel, which like we have miles and points, so we typically get that stuff pretty affordable anyway. Also, Airbnb, like, come on.
So we're just like, this is a bad deal.
Oh, it's insane. That would be all the money for a vacation. I mean, for like 2 years for us. That's crazy. Because we're not going on this honeymoon type trip every year. Like, that's insane.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a steal from your pockets, you stupid idiots.
Let's make a deal. How about let's not? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I really was like, just, you know, and I think I was talking to some friends recently, and they were saying that they do this on purpose. They make the trip so expensive
so that you have to forfeit it, and
So-
then they don't have to pay anything.
and they have no obligation. We did do on-camera work for free
For free.
for
Yeah.
that network.
Yeah. No, I thought about that too. I was like, oh, so that day was like fully a waste, and like got up at fucking 5 a.m. and stayed there for 12 hours.
That day, I'm not gonna lie, was as hard as a day as another day I just did recently where I was acting for 12 hours.
It was harder because you were on camera the whole time and you had to act excited.
You had to like, they kept you cheering for hours. Like every time Wayne would come out, you'd have to like go crazy. You'd have to dance, and you've been on your feet for
It
hours.
was awful.
I mean, it's like we're treated like we're in a sweatshop.
We lost money. We had to pay for someone to walk our dog.
Oh yeah, we had to pay for someone to walk our dog
And I
that
missed
day.
on a day of work.
Wow, this is
It's really bad.
the rabbit hole just goes deeper and deeper.
Some people drove up from like San Diego.
Some people like flew there.
I don't know if anyone flew there.
One lady, the big winner of the day, won a like $30,000 trip to South Africa.
She's gonna be real bummed when she finds out those flights were $25,000. Can you imagine paying $10,000 on that though? The taxes? I do not think this woman has that. She's like a weird nomad. Like
You talked to her?
a little bit.
That was also hard. You have to, you know, everyone was really nice, but like it's very draining to talk to people and get to know strangers like all day.
All day.
And they like make you talk to each other.
You know that's my hell.
What did they give us for lunch? Like fucking shitty Subway sandwiches?
They gave us Subway sandwiches.
God, no wonder these networks want to produce shows like that. How easy is it?
It's so fucked up.
You know what's funny too? It always goes back to whenever someone's making a lot of money, there's usually always exploiting going on.
There's a scam going on.
There's something always going on.
So upsetting. Basically, I was having a meltdown that we weren't going to be able to forfeit the trip and we were going to have to take it. So I was having one of the worst mornings of my life. Like freaking out. I was starting to be mean to Noah. First, we emailed and we were like, is there any way we could do the cash instead of the trip? And they're like, there's no cash option. So you can either take the trip or forfeit it. And we're like, okay, we're forfeiting it. And I was like, so relieved because I was having a meltdown thinking about having to pay for this trip.
Well, it really would have been a bad experience because I want to go to Iceland, but like not like that.
No, I want to go too, but not like that.
Also, like, I mean, that's just the taxes alone is like the amount of it's kind of like
It's
almost
our entire vacation budget.
for like the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, and we don't even have that. So it's like
Yeah.
we would just be going into debt. And I'm sure a lot of people just go, hey, you know, but I want it.
Yeah, it's
Or-
actually very sad.
What do you think? Do you think most people in our situation probably forfeit it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people forfeit it.
I have to believe that's what happens because like that's why they do it
Yeah,
because they get you to be on camera for free.
yeah, it's so fucked up.
And we gave them a really good clip.
We gave him a good show.
We gave you guys a good show.
Other than my weird Eastern Europe comment, we gave him a good fucking show.
Dude, I mean, yeah, you got to check out that clip. So we're not going to Iceland.
And honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Honestly, I feel like I made $4,400.
I know. I really feel like I overcame something. So yeah, don't go on a game show unless you want to, like Jeopardy or something. Like a one where you have to prove you're smart sounds fun.
But that I think the best thing to win on a game show is cash,
Cold hard cash.
which is Jeopardy,
Mm-hmm.
Wheel of Fortune, or the other good thing to win, I would say, is a reasonably priced car because, honestly, any price car, as long as you can afford it, because you're getting a car just for the price of the taxes. So, I think they sold like an $18,000 car that day.
Yeah.
So that person's paying like, maybe $8,000 or so
That's a lot of money though.
but for a brand new car,
I guess.
and you need a car,
Well, yeah, if you need a car, but if you don't need a car, it's like
but you could always sell it, but then you have to pay taxes on
the
that.
sale. So then you may
So then it's all bullshit.
probably all evens out, and you lost a full day to CBS.
Yeah, if I were you guys, I would not go on a game show. It's not cracked up.
It's not cracked up.
It's not good crack.
It was one of the worst days of my life, but this story is pretty good.
It is just so funny thinking back to us like driving home. We're like, I can't wait to tell everybody. This is so exciting.
And now it's like we're humiliated.
We are full on.
I'm so embarrassed.
We're like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
We're so.
We could take the taxes out before.
My dad on the way home, and my dad was like, "Yeah, you're responsible for the taxes." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take it out before." Yeah,
As if.
Yeah, like I think a corporation is gonna pay my taxes.
Oh, we're idiots.
What are we talking about? We are fucking idiots.
We're idiots.
But it's also like, yes, we're idiots, but shame on you. Let's make a deal.
Oh, shame on you.
Shame
Because
on
I'm sure everyone's as stupid as us. Like, I just don't think everyone on that show is going like, well, I'm prepared to pay the taxes out of my own pocket.
I mean, maybe there are professional game show players who just prepare and save for taxes like that. But I just want to go back to, there was a period when we realized we were getting scammed and Sid thought we were locked in. She got really mean to me. And she was like, I don't get it. Your father's an accountant and you do the budget. How did you miss this?
I mean, am I right, guys? Sound off in the comments. How did he miss it?
And once we got out of it, you immediately were like,
I'm sorry. I was just upset because I thought we were going to have to spend $8,300 to go on a shitty trip to Iceland.
and I forgave her.
He forgave me. He even
Because-
said it was a good apology.
I was like, that's a pretty good apology.
Well, I knew it had nothing to do with him, but I was like, if I'm not getting out of this, I'm going to divorce him and saddle him with the bill for Iceland. He's going to Iceland with his new girlfriend in 2 months. You got 2 months to get a new girlfriend, buddy, and she's paying for half this trip.
I love your like, if I have to pay for this trip, I'm gonna ruin my own life.
Oh, I have to pay for this trip? Joke's on you, I'm getting a divorce. Joke's on you, CBS. I'm blowing up my life.
Oh my god. So we're not going.
We're not going.
And honestly, I am quite relieved.
I'm relieved. It was honestly a big to do. And you guys know I hate to dos.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway, Noah listens to the Daily every day because he's a fucking genius. What'd you hear today? What'd you hear today, big guy? My big brain.
today I was listening to the Daily, and they interviewed the city of Phoenix's and the country's first ever chief heat officer.
What do you think they do in that job?
They are responsible for mitigating heat and trying to create more comfortable situations for people to move through the city. And let's just say this guy's in over his head.
Well, yeah, it's you versus nature. You're gonna lose. You can't win that fight. If it's hot out, that's it.
The entire time during this interview, all I kept picturing was him being like, okay, we're going to put a giant shield over the city.
No, he didn't.
No, that's what I just kept thinking.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, that's what you do.
It's so stupid. You will never beat nature. You could beat a big monster, like a shark or something, but Mother Nature herself, you will lose every time.
She's the real beast.
She's the real beast. And you cannot beat the heat. Oh, how are we going to beat the heat? Oh, I was a cheerleader. How are we going to beat the heat? Oh, how
What
are
is
we
the
going to beat the heat?
What is the context of that cheer?
I don't know.
Why? What?
Beat
Like,
the heat. Oh, how you going to beat
is that a
the
rival?
heat?
The
Oh,
heat? Or?
how you going to beat the heat? Oh, how we going to beat the heat. You
Okay.
know what? I don't think any cheers really makes sense.
When would you sing that?
I don't know.
Football games?
Yeah,
During what point?
I don't know.
Okay, forget it.
I'm just saying a lot of cheers don't make sense if you hear them.
So this guy, yeah, he's responsible for mitigating the heat and making it more comfortable, and he's like putting up trees, and he's like finding ways.
Trees.
Yeah, he's like finding ways to like create more shade. That's like a big part of his job. How do we make more shade, and also focusing, like looking at the city and focusing on like where are people living and moving, and where are they, what places are they accessing, and focusing the city's resources on cooling those places.
Where are the people moving? Where are they going?
I mean, this guy and Michael Barbaro was like, no, let me ask you something, because also let me remind you, it has been 110 degrees in Phoenix for like the last 10 days.
Youth.
And it's like, yes, it is we're in the thick of summer. We're we're right in the middle of the summer. This is when things are hot, but that is much hotter than what's normal.
Is it? I thought it was that hot in Arizona.
It is, but like that many consecutive days.
Okay.
Also, like, I don't know. You know what? We could debate that part of it all we want, but like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't really have the date on it. What was I going to say though?
I don't know.
Did you ever listen to me? You're supposed to tell me what I'm talking about. No, hang on. Sorry. At one point, Michael Barbaro goes, I have to ask, do you feel like the city is resting on your shoulders? Do you feel overwhelmed? And the guy was like, yeah.
It's a horrible job.
Like the stress this guy must feel.
It's a stupid job. It's truly being like, okay, your job is to fight Mother Nature. Good luck. Like, you're gonna lose. It's a horrific job. It's like not fair to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he said he loves it.
It's a losing battle. Anyway,
So
good luck to this man.
I'd like to say to the chief of heat
Chief of heat. Oh, you want the chief of heat?
of the city of Phoenix, good night and good luck.
Good luck to you, sir. You're a hero, but you're gonna die. Anyway, guys, huge thing happened today. I finished my last workout in my 6 weeks of Caroline Gervin workouts. Dun 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 dun. How do I feel? Buff. How do I look? Buff.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I watch you do it every day, and it's
5 days a week.
Yeah, or I've watched you do it for the last 6 weeks, and I will say I like seeing you stick to something. Not that you don't, but I'm saying like I like that. I like watching you do that. I like watching you go on a journey. That has actually been cool to watch every day. You do this thing, and now you finished it. I don't know. Your wins are my wins.
Yeah. Also, when you're married to someone, you start to get stressed out that they're not taking care of themselves because you're hitched to that wagon, So, like, when Noah doesn't eat well, I'm like, well, great. There goes our 80s. He's going to have a fucking heart attack. So me working out like this has been good. And I did the iron series, and it's supposed to make you hypertrophy. Do you know what that means?
Hypertrophy? I would say it's the opposite of atrophy.
What's atrophy?
When your muscles kind of like
die.
Die.
Oh, okay, so it makes
flabby.
you hypertrophy. Hypertrophy.
It
It makes you hypertrophy.
It's herpetophagy.
No, it makes you hypertrophy. So I guess whatever's happening to me, they're hypertrophied. I have gotten a lot bigger. None of my clothes fit, which I did a deep dive on Reddit. I'm in the stuffed sausage phase.
What?
I don't like being called a stuffed sausage by the internet.
Who's calling you a stuffed sausage?
The people of Reddit. I'm in the stuffed sausage phase. I guess when you start working out really intensely, like lifting weights, your body starts to look like a stuffed sausage. Because your body's like freaking out. You're retaining water. Your muscles are like freaking out and like getting bigger, and you don't fit in your clothes. So you're a stuffed sausage.
Interesting.
And it takes a while to go back down. Coming into weightlifting, not knowing anything about it, I feel like maybe it was a mistake because I don't know anything about it. And hearing that I'm a stuffed sausage, it was hard.
Yeah. I don't think of you that way.
But also hearing that other people are stuffed sausages was good.
I don't really get the metaphor. I don't think you're a stuffed sausage.
That's what Reddit said. It's when you start working out aggressively after you haven't ever done that. Because I was just kind of casually climbing and not doing anything else. And then I went into like a very intense weightlifting program 5 days a week for a half hour. So
I'm really proud of you. I love seeing my wife accomplish something. That it's what?
What?
Why'd you say?
I love seeing my wife accomplish something.
Well, I just like I don't know. I when you get a win, I really do feel them. I really I get excited for you. I get that win, you know?
Yeah, it was exciting. I've never finished like a workout program like that before. And that was really exciting. I've never stuck with something like that with working out specifically. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations with workouts in the past, but this one was good, and I'm going to do another one.
Yeah, I think. What do you think has been the change mentally? Because I feel like, and I don't want to. I know this can be very triggering to talk about, exercise and stuff. So I'm just going to talk about myself here, but I do feel like I've been on a fitness journey the last few months. I've started to take it very seriously. And again, in my 20s, I really did not. I played some basketball, but I was not working out consistently.
Yeah.
What for you has been the shift mentally? What's going on there that's made you take it more seriously or do it more?
I think finding this workout specifically made me in such a better place mentally. I think weightlifting specifically makes me very, very happy and feels like I'm accomplishing something. It's cool to watch myself get stronger. That's really fun. And also, yeah, now I'm addicted to how good it feels and how good I feel after I work out.
Yeah, I feel like exercise becoming thinking of it more as a release than as a release and a fun activity, as opposed to I have to do this.
Oh yeah, and not coming at it from a weight loss perspective, not hoping to lose weight, just doing it because it feels good. It makes all the difference.
Yeah, same thing. That makes me want to do it. When I was think about it, I have to be a certain weight, or I have to I'm doing that. It's but doing it because I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
That's how you get yourself to. Also, for me, what jump started this is spending more money on my health. Mm-hmm. I think when I was at LA Fitness, I had an LA Fitness membership for years. I never went.
Yeah, because also it was gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And
I don't really know what I'm doing. I know lifting a little bit from high school, but I don't fucking remember.
No.
So Orange Theory that is what I do, and it's way more money than I've ever spent on health, but it works. I go.
Yeah.
I'm very consistent about it, and it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as I kind of look at it more like how people play golf. Mm-hmm. It's like leisure to me. It's it's almost like a hobby.
Yeah. And Caroline Gervin is free, but I invested in some weights, and my other gym is free, obviously, because I work there, but making the gym more of a community, and, all my, I'm friends with everyone who works there now, and I'm friends with a lot of people who go there. It's just very fun for me now. And we've been doing yoga at the gym, and yeah, this fitness journey is really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give advice about this, but I think it may be helpful if you want to take this advice that I'm giving.
Take it if you want it.
If you want
it. And if you don't, we don't care.
Trying to think of the workout or exercise as having nothing to do with weight loss. And just something that you can do to get your heart rate up that kind of fuels your soul.
Yeah, it really fuels my soul.
Fuels it.
Fuels.
Yeah.
Something else really big happened in our lives the other day that I can't stop. I can't stop thinking about. It's caused me a lot of anxiety. Noah, do you want to tell them, or do you want me to tell them?
I think you should tell him.
It was really hot in the apartment, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, our AC's not working. This is so fucked up." And at 8 p.m., I go in the kitchen, and I'm like, "Why the fuck is it so hot in here?" Noah had left the oven on for 12 hours. Noah made something in the morning and then just left the oven on for 12 hours. So I can't stop double checking everything in the house now. I'm worried my husband's going to accidentally kill us.
You're always freaking out that I didn't shut the oven off now.
Yeah, because why should I have confidence in you?
It's unbelievable. A guy leaves the oven on for 8 hours and now he can never be trusted again.
I really think it was 12. I mean, all you need is one time to kill your whole family.
When it happened, I was like, I did own it.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not own that?
He was like, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. It's just scary.
It is scary that like you can be killed by yourself.
Yeah. In like a stupid way.
That's my biggest fear.
Me too. Is that like we just leave the burner on and then light a match, which we don't ever do, but we just blow up.
God, yeah, that was bad, and I, you know, and it goes hand in hand. And now I'm always worried that I leave the oven on. I'm always worried I leave the door open.
Yeah,
like so many times, Sid and I, there's like a thing for this. I think it's a form of OCD, but so often when Sid and I are leaving the house, I'm like, did I lock the door?
Yeah, we did because I locked it.
Because you always do that.
Because I check.
It is funny, like we talk about a lot, like. The things I do for the house and in our relationship and things you do, you are the one who locks the door every night.
Mm-hmm.
You are the one who makes sure the oven is not on.
Yeah.
What if my stance was actually that's not my thing?
I want to make sure we don't die, and I'll make sure,
we live
clean-ish. I cleaned the bathroom yesterday.
Man, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Are you worried about it? Have you been thinking about like what is my husband going to neglect and we're gonna die?
No, I don't think about it. It's just I double check now.
I mean, the good thing is the fact that happened once.
Now we're both kind of paranoid.
So hopefully it doesn't happen again.
I hope not.
But also I'm like, how could we have died from that?
I don't know.
Because it was on for 12 hours.
Yeah, and we were fine. I think it's more you die from leaving the burner on, but sound up in the comments if you know.
I guess if you left your head in it for 12 hours.
Yeah, which I'm prone to do, so.
Don't say that.
I'm joking.
Don't say that. Anyways, Sid, if I could redo my vows, and one day I would put in, I promise to never leave the oven on.
When are you going to redo your vows?
I think we'll probably renew our vows maybe at 10 years.
Okay.
Or maybe every 10 years.
Okay.
Or maybe, I don't know.
We need to already renew them because in his vows, Noah said he would give me massages all the time, and he doesn't.
Sid, that's not true. I give you massages so often.
But I want longer ones. More involved. Ladies, you know what I'm saying.
Ladies, sound off in the comments.
Anyway, Noah, what are we into this week?
What are we into this week? Do you have something?
Yeah, we dog sat, and it was really nice having a dog around.
Yeah, we did dog sit, and it was really nice. But
it was nice to make that extra cash.
It was nice to make the extra cash. So what are you into? Dogs?
I guess I'm into dog sitting, not ruling it out.
Yeah, it's nice. It does make me miss Red, but it also makes me appreciate Red.
Yeah.
This dog was really great.
Great dog, but not as good as Red.
No one's as good as Red, but I don't know, it does feel like a healthy like way to occupy my brain because dogs are so good at that.
Yeah.
That's what dogs are for. They take your mind off of things. They take your mind off yourself.
Yeah.
So of course another dog would just do the same. So it was nice. I liked it. It did make me think though, like maybe I don't want to get another dog.
Yeah, I don't want another dog, at least right now. Maybe ever.
I am really excited to hopefully get to do some traveling and do more like spur of the moment type traveling.
Yeah, it's nice to not stress out about a dog sitter.
Yeah, or feel like guilty
Yeah, the guilt.
that you're not there.
Yeah.
Which we would feel. But what am I into this week? What am I into? I am into this show on Showtime called Couples Therapy.
I only found out about because of me.
And basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a real live couples therapy session with this therapist and her patients, her clients. And it is unbelievable TV.
It's really good.
It's not scripted. It's like a reality thing, and it's just like all it is just her and her clients. And it's so provocative and interesting. And it really it opened us up to some conversations about things. I kind of, we've talked about couples therapy in here that we go to it, we've gone to it. It's so helpful.
It's so great.
It was so good and kind of dramatic. Like,
it's so dramatic, and it really makes you be like, wow, we do not have problems.
Yeah, I mean, I was like leaning in the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I am tired, and we need to get this air conditioner bumping because Daddy's gonna melt.
But join us on the Patreon. We're discussing some really fun stuff from Ocean Gate to Subway to
Michelle Yeoh
and Cillian Murphy. Or Killian
Murphy. It's going to be a silly old time on This Week from Bed. That's on the Patreon. And we hope you guys hop over there and listen to it. And I don't know, find us on all the things. And oh yeah, we should say we got into Vulture.
Oh yeah, we got into Vulture.
For the episode we did about Red. And that's cool. It was a great review written by Sean Malin. And we want to thank you guys for listening to that and letting us just be vulnerable
and talk about grief on a comedy podcast.
It has really helped us. And I hope you guys got something out of it too.
Thanks
guys. Good night.
Good night. Love you, sleepyheads.
It's the Bedtime Podcast. Ugh, that was bad.
Was it?
I don't know.